But I remembered, so that's good. Might be time for Absorb again, really? Then, yeah, oh, Absorb you mean for Golos and, yeah. I haven't tried the mono green list from the MCQ, MCWQ. It's one letter too many, 4 letters, but too many. I am playing 4 Kai's Raft in my sideboard though. Opt? Watergrave Opt. Oh, Watergrave Spectral Sailor. Is that like Sultai Flash, I guess? I'm not too sure what to expect. Probably Brineborn Cutthroat. Maybe Syncopate. OSFK is really tempting. Maybe Mortified, just so you go and use Mortified to play around Syncopate. Even OSFK is so good, because then I play an Arset, and they have to attack it, and I'm just not taking any damage whatsoever. Dive Down. They don't play Dive Down usually. Like the blue-green version didn't play Dive Down, so I'm assuming like if you're adding a color, you're even less likely to play Dive Down. Alright, I have no lands. So Narset doesn't do me a ton of good. I guess I'm just going to say go. And then just Mortify Brineborn Ender upkeep. It's kind of questionable actually, because I have Legion's End in hand. And now I can't deal with a 4-4. Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, that was terrible play. Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't as bad as I think it is. I'm just gonna run into Sabotage. I'll look at Dispersal. No, I guess my play was good actually. Oh, I don't have double. Do not have double white. This Esper deck seems like it's my wheelhouse. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I don't know if it's the best deck or whatever, but it's definitely been the deck I've enjoyed playing the most. It's a lot of counter spells. Crazy. All right. Which counter spell? I don't remember the last time someone's played so many counter spells against me. Hey! They don't even have double green. Assassin's Trophy? Not seem like a card. Wow, weird. Alright, I feel much better now that I have Kaz down in hand. I'm guessing their deck doesn't have like super high impact cards. They're mostly like some kind of tempo deck. Not 100% sure I'm supposed to cast Belhan into open mana there. Especially since they're playing Essence Scatter, maybe. Not too sure how I'm supposed to play against that deck. I'm assuming most of their cards are instant speed. So I'm never really gonna have a great. They're never gonna be tapped out. So I could definitely still lose. I'm up obviously a ton of cards, but I could just flood out. Obviously gonna save my cast down, lose either Legion's End or my second oath. Probably Legion's End, just seeing their hand seems kind of nice. That card's pretty sweet. It never really saw play, but it's if Pyrus was a tiny bit more playable. Wow. I'm actually not ahead at all. And I actually need to... Do I have to like click my end step? Do I have to play with my end step on when they get second green? This matchup seems pretty awful. If I can somehow stick a Freeman at Teferi play, things get easier, but I have to keep, right? I have to get these Mystic out of the way one by one. There's no way around it. Cast down's not always the best. A lot of legendary creatures these days, but I think overall it's still a pretty decent card. So I guess I should save up, right? I shouldn't just run Thought Erasure now, even to have the Disfigure. I only really get punished if they have another 4/4. Yeah. I guess I get somewhat punished by Sailor too, but I'm gonna get punished by Sailor at some point. Yeah, it seems like the dream matchup for a card like Search for Escanta. Probably pretty easy to sneak in and play and then just ride it to victory because they have very few ways of removing it. Decided to cut the Search for Escanta even though they were pretty good for me. I feel like the synergy with the deck is not like the greatest. Owen's Manavis, I'm guessing it's not that bad. I'm guessing like they have the same amount, you know, they're not playing basic Swamp, so they probably have like a lot of blue, a lot of green, just same as the blue-green deck. They just probably got a bit unlucky. I really need them not to draw another Night Pack. Nice matchups. If they have Veil of Summer in the sideboards, I honestly can't imagine ever winning a sideboard game if they draw decently. Not cool, Murph Dog. Surprised they didn't pay there. Should he Razor while they don't have 4 green? Should I wait till I can play multiple spells in a turn? Oh, you think like if I thought Erasure, they're gonna let it resolve because they're worried about the Teferi or something? Problem with that is if they have Negate, they're just gonna use Mystic. I think the fact that they didn't pay 2 life means they probably have another counter spell. I think if they didn't have another counter spell, they would have paid 2 life. Alright. Well, can definitely lose Legion's End. that they're going to counter that. I think playing Erasure earlier would have been a mistake. Alright, so they have 7 mana up, so they can probably counter twice. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so I can play Bellhaunt. If they don't counter, I just say go. But they're probably going to use a Mystic. And I can go Thought Erasure to Fairy. And I won't have mana for, I don't have mana for my 4 spells, right? I'm 1 short. I think I still have to do it now. Do I just let Bellhaunt resolve? Because they have cast down, but okay, that's not a terrible result. Alright. So I could do Oath of Kaya and then to Fairy. Or I could do Thought Erasure and then to Fairy. Thought Erasure, Denegate, Ike to Fairy, Bounce Mystic. Then I have to Fairy and play, which is like absurd. Then they might just dump their hand and I only have 1 removal spell. So if I don't top deck next turn, it's not doing that much for me. So I just take a small win and play... I'm gonna Thought Erasure, I guess. Maybe they don't have it. Maybe my read is wrong that they have a negate. I feel like they've got a... Okay, let's syncopate. 1, 2, 3, 4. So syncopate for 2 actually plays. Yeah, it's actually messed up. In hindsight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, I have 5 mana up. Oh, that's pretty great. Wait, no, because I'm going to play Teferi and they're going to play Cutthroat in response. I think you have like no good lines actually. I was supposed to not play as scared. So if I Oath of Kaya, they're just going to save their dude. If I Teferi, they can play a Brineborn in response, and I'm kind of screwed. Yeah. They had played 1 negate, 1 syncopate. The fact that they didn't pay 2 life that 1 turn made me think that they had negates. And I guess I was wrong. Really? That's great. I'll take that just because it's cheaper, I guess. Why did I take Brineborn? Oh yeah. I guess that was the answer, just take the Brineborn. It was like so counterintuitive to just take the creature or the counter spell, but yeah. So I take the Brineborn, then I can play Teferi. Alright, they're letting that resolve. So I guess I should minus on my Oath and replay Oath. Or I could bounce Cutthroat, Oath, and save one of my Planeswalker for a turn. I think I'm gonna go for higher upside play. Alright, I'm slowly crawling out of it because now they have to choose between killing Narset to not give me an extra card or killing Teferi so they can use their spells. They're probably going to kill Teferi. Yeah, that makes sense. It's so crazy how good the passive can be that they have to kill Teferi there instead and just give me a free card. Alright, well, hopefully they don't have the mana. Because they definitely don't have mana to go Syncopate, Tyrant Scorn, Mystic. Oh, I mean, they could try and bounce their Mystic and use Mystic, but then I think I can resolve Bolas Citadel. Alright, I'll probably be able to win. Unless it Renegade or another Mystic. That'd be pretty brutal. Nice. Is it going to be good enough? I think it is. I think it should be. It's not like I really even need my mana. Open and kind of spewing a bit. Could have done Brine Board. Command the Dread Horde when you have Bolas Citadel is always an interesting one. So they have the Sailor, which is kind of absurd. They have some cheap creatures which just have pay 6. I should probably cast it. Oh, I have Bellhaunts too. Could just go double Bellhaunt and a Sailor. 6 and 8, yeah, that seems good. Bellhaunt. Bolas Citadel and to command the Dread Horde is. If you have the life total. Oh, is this free? You can't bring back it's only creatures and planeswalkers. Alright, nightmare matchup. And they're probably gonna have Veil of Summer now. Alright, Elder Spell seems kind of bad even though they might have something like Mu Yangling. I mean, all my cards are bad, honestly. I just need to, only reason I won this game is because they were mana screwed. I'm guessing the 6 mana cards are pretty bad. I mean, I need to bring in Duress, instant speed removal, Noxious Grasp a bit narrow maybe. The Spark might just be almost strictly better. Kaya's Wrath is probably needed. Maybe a Legion's End's just too bad because it's sorcery speed and doesn't kill the... Yeah, I just need 4 Kaya's Wrath, just raw power, just like keep jamming spells until one resolves. What about the 6 mana cards? They shouldn't be good. But they kind of won me the game, but I think this game played out weirdly. I don't know, I'll just keep them in, I guess. Grass for Wolf. Yeah. I have Kaya's Wrath now, so Wolf is not as scary. You don't think I want 4 Wrath? Yeah, the reasoning is I don't think it's realistic to to keep the board clear, and I think the way the games need to play out for me to win is that I just need to hope that at some point they flood, because they're gonna have Mystic. Their card advantage is Mystic and Veil of Summer and Spectral Sailor, so they have a bit of card advantage. But I guess I just have to hope that... I'm not exactly sure, honestly. Just have to hope that they don't draw perfect, basically. I don't know, maybe Kaz draft is the wrong approach. Maybe I should just have all my cheap instants. I could see that. As if they syncopate, I'm okay with that. I'm actually happy if they syncopate there. Look at Dispersal is the only one that counters Teferi in our set right now. It's also the more expensive one. Alright, I mean, I'm not in good shape, but I'm also not in terrible shape yet. Problem is they don't really have like low impact cards. Their cards are either counter spells, or annoying creatures, or Spectral Sailor. I just have to jam the Kaz Wrath. Hope for the best. Now the real question is, do I jam Citadel or not? I do free up my discard spells. Problem is, if I wait too long, Citadel might not even be a must counter anymore. It's gonna feel really bad if I do draw a counter spell. Why did I play my land first? Oh well, I'm gonna play it. I think I need to play it now. It's only really bad if I draw exactly Duress or Thought Erasure next turn, or next couple turns. Now if I draw a Teferi, I just get to resolve Teferi one turn earlier. Definitely a close play, definitely a close decision, honestly. It could work out, it could not work out. Now I obviously wish I hadn't played it the way the game's playing out. That's GG. Essence Scatter is interesting, yeah. I don't mind them keeping like one Essence Scatter. They sell multiple Bellhaunts. I could also just have a card like Lyra, which, obviously they have a lot of counterspell for Lyra, but it's pretty scary that they didn't draw during their turn. Indicates they have another counterspell. I mean, obviously they have another counterspell if they don't have lands. This game's super over. Lando Caldracian, yeah. Landlord, Lando. You can call me whatever you want. Alright. They have Nissa. Binding's kind of nice against them. Definitely want these cards, definitely want Kaz down. I guess I want both Noxious Grasp. think I want this spark. Definitely want all these cards. Think I want the 4 Bellhaunt. I kind of want maybe all the 6 mana spells just because my plan is to just jam spells and hope one sticks. Also, Commanded Dreadhorde has to be better than Bull of Citadel, right? Maybe cut 1 Oath. Then Legion's end okay. Yeah, I mean, everything's okay. OG versus EG is during my stream tomorrow. Yeah, might not stream. Yellowhat scum. Maybe I'll cast EG versus OG tomorrow instead of streaming Magic. Plus I have Fandoms tomorrow night, so I might just take the afternoon off and just, you know, stream a little Fandom. Just take a chill. It's like my 3rd week of vacation almost with TI going on. I've been pretty lazy overall. I'm not taking care of much. No more mono black. No, the mono black deck didn't feel so great, but I also felt I was running pretty poorly. I was mulliganing to 5 a lot. I think you probably mulliganed a decent bit with that deck. No counter spells? No, the decks don't really want counter spells that much. So, I think they mulliganed and they don't have good ways of hitting your land drops. So, I don't think I want to start jamming Narset. Because, I mean, we saw Syncopate and Negate. Also, if I play Narset and they play Brindborn, it's not even that great for me. I guess I just hope they don't have lands and I hit my land drops, basically. I think that's the plan. Do I have to click my end of turn every turn if I want to be safe, or how does that work exactly? So I could try and go for a double spell here, but now if they have Mystic, I'm kind of screwed. I think I'm just going to keep saying go as long as I make my land drops. And just hope they stop making their land drops. I mean, I'm definitely playing more lands, but... So now if I don't do anything, they might just have Spectral Sailor. They paid 2 life. That's interesting. So that means they have either Syncopate in hand or Spectral Sailor. I don't think they have Spectral Sailor. I feel like they would have maybe played it here. If they have Zero Summer. I mean, I can't play this matchup honestly. I just have to play myself. I also start giving. I'm getting to see Yellow Summer in
Pigeon Morse to keep hooking them.
I know. Hey, Rosadio. Thanks for the Twitch from resub. Alright, now we have a spell worth resolving. I almost want to bait with Narset so I can try and resolve the Thought Erasure and set up for next turn. Because if I go Thought Erasure, they're going to Mystic Snake, and then if I play Teferi, it's probably going to get countered. So I think Narset is the bait here. And since I don't have lands anymore, I think I should start playing spells. I don't even have an instant speed removal spell, so I can't afford to just let them play a Nightback Ambusher. Wow. That is not what I expected. How bad is their hand? I think I play Narset. Their hands got to be atrocious. What is even in their hands? Huh. Maybe they have infinite lands. All right. That's a card. Completely forgot about Nissa. That feels pretty bad. It's not the end of the world, but definitely definitely wish I'd played a bit differently. I should have known that's what they had in Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce, double look at dispersal. It's an interesting one. I think I have to play it now. Yeah, I messed up big time. I completely forgot about Nissa. Wow, that was awful not playing Thought Erasure before in our set. Especially because we knew their hand was like something really wonky. Oh well. So I'm gonna take 6 down to 14. I can cast Command, get back a Night Pack and a Narset down to 7. And they could put me down to 1. Interesting. I didn't negate the spark. It's kind of wild. Gee, I drew the perfect card. I actually needed that. Man, if only I had Teferi, my free mana Teferi. Alright, give me that ambusher. Holds? That's interesting. I'm at 4. Yes, not that interesting. I wasn't sure when they said nice, it was nice that they top deck, or I was like, oh, that's a great draw. Can you please give MTG bot a sub? This is critical for some hot commands. Can I actually do that at will? Just make people subs? Alright, is Bellhunt worth playing? Also, am I risking anything by attacking? Don't have 1 card in hand. I think Bellhunt's probably worth playing. Only because I have Oath of Kaya too, even if they have a counter spell. Does they have Mystic? Yeah, I still Earth 1, block 1. Status quo. I actually should have done that before, and then I could have attacked was... No, never mind. Whatever. I probably messed up last turn. Okay. I don't think that's too big of a deal, right? Night Pack Ambusher is great. Maybe we should build around that card. Oh, I never tweeted. I forgot to send tweet. Feels bad I had no EG players on my fantasy lineup today. I don't have very good cards. I only have all the cards. I only got the basic battle pass, and I've been not playing a lot, so I'm only like level 14, I think, on my battle pass. Elf turn 1. Depends what kind of elf deck they are. That matchup's probably not too bad. The Paradise Druid matchup. Could get a bit greedy here. Kazan, they're probably banned, so Kazan's gonna kill Deputy, which I don't really care about. It's gonna kill a Nissa land at instant speed, which can be interesting. I think that's gonna cast Legion in. They could have another elf, and I want to see their hand, so I know what to do. I guess Kazan kills Resin Wraith too. That's a big one. Feels so bad that you have to just kill the Resin Wraith on site. Card's so good. I mean, I could have killed Paradise Root to deny them blue mana, but I think that's kind of short-sighted. I need a Noth of Kaya. That's what I really need, was Bola Citadel in hand and all these cheap Planeswalker. There's a modern version of the combo deck now. It can't be good, right? When everyone's playing Leyline and Rest in Peace. It does look kind of sweet, though. Alright, so I guess I just have to Mortify. I don't think they play any counter spells main deck, so I don't have to Mortify on my turn. Who knows? They might even be playing around a counter spell. They might not just jamming this up, but not too sure. Definitely don't need a second Citadel. Can't even cast the first one, actually. That card's not a big deal right now. Alright, they're flooding a bit. I think this is a good matchup for Esper. I've played the band side a decent bit too. Didn't feel especially good. Alright. Legion's End would be reasonable. Thought Erasure. I'm guessing they have nothing. It doesn't take Legion's End. Reef is a 1/1 and no energy. Wow, couldn't be further from the truth. Reef is just amazing, dude. It just, I'm gonna keep Narset in play because of Krasis. Krasis is their best top deck right now. I almost want to say Krasis is their only top deck, but that might be like Risen Reef it's just such a gigantic free roll basically. Because Risen Reef just so insane when you ever get two in play. It's just one big free roll. It's trash versus aggro. That's true. Obviously, it's not very good against red, etc. Am I happy with no Wrath main deck? Well, I'm testing for fandoms tonight, and we have open deck lists. Like, Wrath is not... I guess it's good against Vamp, it's good against this deck. It's good against the green decks. Yeah. I don't know, for some reason it feels better to not play Wrath in the main deck. I don't feel like you really need them in most matchups. Wait, what just happened? Oh, they drew another deputy. So which one do I want to get back first? Bzzzt. Dude, deputy's just so embarrassing against control. It's so sad. We probably win now. Didn't replace this, maybe he has tiny chance. I can go like bounce my Veil home, kill my stat, cast 6/6 braces.
Jarvis clap.
Make it clap. Thanks, Jarvis. Thanks for the tier 1 resub. You haven't even been watching the stream that much lately, have you? Appreciate the sub. Command the Dread Horde would have obviously been much better, but I think maybe Bola Citadel is more important in Scape Shift and stuff. Been in and out, busy with some life stuff. Yeah, you're thinking about trying to change jobs, right? Alright, well. Hope all is good now. It wasn't you. Okay. Wasn't me. Do. That's the best part of our vacation in Saint-Malo. We ran into a... So it's really cute town, like kind of downtown. There's like, I mean, cars can go, but there's basically no cars. And like, there's a lot of like street artists, performer, musicians and stuff. And there was a band playing. But not really a marching band because they weren't marching, but the same kind of instruments, you know, that lots of... saxophone, trumpets, that kind of stuff, and they were really good. They had like really good presence, and the songs they were playing were cool. It was pretty awesome. And the Hydra was also a pretty good draw, actually. Alright, we're popping off here. Should hold control when casting Erasure. Right. It's like the light up the stage frenzy thingy. Good point. In case I have exactly cast down or this figure. Thanks for the tip. Definitely hadn't thought of that. Awkward. Awkward as well. Actually didn't hit a land. How often do you go a turn with Citadel and don't hit a land? We could still lose. They're on Nissa. I'll probably lose. Do I want to just start casting my spells normally? Go back up to 4. This one's fairly cheap. Do I want to cast Commanded Red Horde? Could get back Lana or Elf. Say go. I mean, Citadel is still nice. It still gets like lands out of the way. What would you recommend as a replacement for 2 Legion's End for someone who doesn't want to spend rare wild cards on them? Well, the thing is about Legion End is it deals with the tokens, right? So it deals with the field of the dead token. So maybe just cry up the Carnarium. Or Kaya's Wrath, maybe? Not too sure. Just Ultimate Teferi? Oh, I thought I had Elder Spell or something in hand that I'd missed. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the plan. Alright, now I think they're drawing dead. Their best draw is probably a Crisis. They topped. Yeah, I mean, this side doesn't do anything. Too late. How do they say? A buck late and a day short. A buck short and a day late. Day late and a dollar short. Thought it was buck short. Alright. So they're gonna bring in probably a Veil or 2, maybe a counter spell or 2. Probably some 4-mana Planeswalker. I like that's one of the matchups I like Tamio, or having at least Tamio in the sideboard, but Mortify's probably not great. I think Commanded Red Horde's probably better because of Risen Reef and stuff. I like Kaya's Wrath in this matchup a lot. Makes it really hard for them to play. Teferi's kind of whatever. I could probably trim a Teferi. The rest might be good just to get rid of this side Veil of Summer while they're tapped out. Noxious Grasp is obviously very good against them. I think I like keeping 1 Elder Spell in this matchup. It's kind of tough. I think maybe Bellhunt can be a bit too slow on the draw. Even though I kind of like Bellhunt in this matchup. I think this looks like pretty reasonable. The rest is okay. The Spark is okay. Binding? I don't like Binding against the Teferi deck. Binding is really for the red decks. I mean, I might bring it in some other matchups, but it's really for Frenzy and Chandra. What's the reason we hate Todd Stevens? Wow. Google is why. Yeah, Google is your friend. Actually, I should have played... if I played Drowned Catacomb... Playing Drowned Catacomb is good if I draw exactly my 1 basic swamp. And even then, it might not make a difference. Okay, they're minusing. They're playing against the Noxious Grasp that I actually had in hand, so... Good play by them. Hand's pretty good though. If I draw a land, Osafkaya and Belhon just line up nicely. Osafkaya is just good in this matchup. It's like, you wouldn't think it's like, oh, they're not aggro, so it's not like the greatest, but it does so much, honestly. Was it a known thing within the MTG community that he was a creep? I had no idea, dude. I used to raid him. I also don't play the SCG tour and I don't live in the States, but I used to like him and raid his stream. I had no idea. So obviously, some people knew, I'm sure. I think people like, I think it's, I mean, I don't know the details. I think people might overestimate like how much, how much someone's friend's gonna know about that kind of stuff. It's not like if you do that stuff, you go bragging about it to your friends. I mean, maybe some people, I'm sure, I mean, some people do, or to some friends, but I have no idea, honestly. Alright, so I want to kill Tristani or just play another Bellhaunt. Keeping Bellhaunt in hand's kind of nice, because if they hold a card, it could be a Veil of Summer or Dovin's Veto. But I think I should play it because I might actually just start attacking next turn. Also, just if I want to play Teferi, having that extra blocker in play already is nice. So I'm gonna grasp Prastani. Can I do something cooler? Can I like... I guess I'll just block and grass Nissa. It happened at the parties. He threw everyone and them knew about it. I didn't even know he was throwing the parties. I didn't even know that part. Thought it was just like organized by... I guess I didn't know who it was organized by. I guess I should disfigure an elf right now, right? Because if they draw Krasis, that's like pretty big deal. My disfigure is not gonna be like super awesome. But then if they draw Nissa, I don't get to cast down the token right away. Also, I have like Kaya's Wrath in my deck. I have 4 Kaya's Wrath. Do they have another 6 mana card? I'm gonna keep mana up. It's better against cast down too, I think. It's only bad if they are exactly Krasis, I think, that I didn't disfigure right away. I might even want to go... Right. Classic. I was gonna say I might even want to go end of turn cast down and then go Narset with disfigure up. This is like favorite moment of chat when stuff like that happens. It's literally what you live for. What you breathe for, what you live for. You just love that stuff. The very first or Narset. Could do Narset, dig to Kaya's Wrath. Fairy goes up to 5. I disfigure a druid. I have a blocker. They can have exactly enough to kill it if they attack with everyone. I think Narset might be better. Also, I could hit like Thought Erasure, which would probably be pretty good. That's the second favorite part of chat. When I break on Narset. Hey Gab, or should I say GP Gen 2019 champ? Oh, I forgot to ask Liz about that. Our set has a lot of hit there. Nice jinx, Moscow. I'm gonna blame it on you. It was not bad. At least it was 4 land. It wasn't like it was like 4 bell haunts or some 3 bell haunts. So if I play the fairy, I'm just gonna lose it. So I guess I'll just bounce a token. How many 6 mana cards did I keep in? I hope I kept a couple. I know I kept at least one. I think I had like the 2 commands maybe. Yikes. That's probably GG. Now they can just go up. They're gonna play a druid. I guess I have 4 Kaya's Wrath. Never mind. I keep forgetting. That doesn't save my Teferi. How many Crisis have they played this game? Just the one. If their hand's not too good, I get to get rid of one of the Risen Reef. Wait, what? Oh, I miscounted. Oh, you definitely can't exile Reef because it doesn't cost 2 mana or less, but I miscounted somehow. I thought that they had 5 damage even if I killed an elf. Well, that was awful. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know. Somehow I counted twice and I don't know what to say. Oh no. I knew I should have just. It's kind of tough, the whole like Stott Stevens stuff, because you don't want to not say anything because you want people to know. But then when you start talking about it, then it's a shit show in chat. Only. Why didn't they go max? Oh yeah, they want to kill the Teferi. Eternal Power. It started again because someone just was here in chat yesterday and they didn't know what was up, and so they were like, oh, now that the Todd Stevens fans are gone, I didn't want to ask yesterday what's the deal, so I honestly don't know what I'm supposed to do when people bring that stuff up. Is it trying to keep both my Goblet Shrine untapped or one of each? No, one of each. Maybe I should Legion's Ends first to see what they have in hand. Maybe I should draw my card first. Yeah. Yeah. It was questionable to not lead with Thought Erasure here. Oh, look at that. They're squeezing every point of damage. I think I play it now. I could definitely save it for later. I'm supposed to play my land here. We have 4 Wraths, but the problem is they have 2 Crisis left. They have their Nissa, so even if I draw Wrath, I might still lose. For Wrath, one Wrath of Wrath, yeah. Perfect ratio. Did I board out a Teferi in this matchup? I think I did. I think you should never board out Teferi when... I was going to say this is a close one, but it's really not. Killing Risen Reef is much better than bouncing my Bellhaunt. Yeah, I think basically if you think no matter what your opponent playing, if you think they have Veil of Summer in their deck, just never board out any Teferi for whatever reason. Standard is still stale. It's been the same standard for a while. People are still switching decks every day. There's not one clear best deck, even though it's possible like the field of the dead decks are a bit better than the other decks. Yeah, there was just a new like super sweet combo deck just like a few days ago. Esper is unplayable. That hasn't been my experience. Change your mind. All right. How many matches in a row do I have to win? You set the bar. At least 10. Jeez. How did Mono Black go yesterday? Yesterday, not very well. I think I won as much as I lost and then I switched. Was it your list? No, it was someone else's list. I don't remember what your list was, but... right on time. They have no mana untapped. They have a 15/15 Crisis. So I can get rid of... And how many Crisis have they played? They have 2 more. So I can get... How many counters on Nissa? 6, and probably have to get rid of Crisis, right? I mean, you still have like one turn to draw a Commanded Red Horde if I'll have that in. So they brought in Negate, Veil of Summer. So they probably have like 2 Negates, 2 Veil of Summer. That would be my guess. I doubt they have many more cards. Hey, Sky Bills. What do I think the meta for the historic format is going to be like? I have not thought about that. I usually don't put too much thought into like non-competitive formats or format I'm not, invested in. All right, so I need to draw Kaya's Wrath into Elder Spell, and I probably still lose. How do I think Soul Herder will do post Hogak ban? I still think Soul Herder is just tier 2, and I think it'll keep being tier 2. Maybe it's tier 1. Hogak was an especially good matchup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 13, 17. Not technically dead. They only have like 19 points of damage. Alright. Alright, I only left one command in. It's not really like I was stuck with cards in hand either. I just kind of flooded. And they had that key crisis draw. That kind of screwed me over. Oh yeah, also the fact I never drew a Kaya's Wrath. I don't think I need all these removal spells with 4 Kaya's Wrath. I like Kazdam because it kills the Nissa tokens. I think I like 4 Bellhounds because it's kind of a nice player on the Negate and Veil of Summer. And I kind of want a second 6 mana spell. I think Command the Dread Horde's probably good. One problem with Legions then is doesn't kill Risen Reef, and you need to get Risen Reef off the board ASAP. Which part of France am I? I've lived my whole life in Paris, and now I live right outside of Paris. Lyon and Nantes store when you can go. I don't know off the top of my head. I know that Nantes is where Wafutapa lives, and I think there's a decent Magic community, and I'm sure there's like, you know, at least 1 or 2 stores where you can go and play. What else was I gonna say? Lyon? I'm not too sure, but Lyon is like the 2nd or 3rd biggest city in France. You need to Google. I don't know off the top of my head. The din attack was Elf? Could just be a bluff. The 1 damage, not likely to be super relevant. Alright, next, they don't have negate. It's kind of nice too, because like, I mean, obviously I'd rather just win game 2, but I guess the upside is that we played like, I saw my whole deck and I didn't cast a single Kaya's Wrath, so they're probably just assuming I don't have it. I'm not sure if that would have changed your play or not, but... Alright, so we're assuming they might have Veil of Summer in hand. It's kind of nice that I drew back up to Fairy. Now I'm really not scared of anything, even in this size, like manageable. They've been getting priority. I haven't been paying attention, so they really do have it. I'm so bad at that, I'm still not used to it. Hey, Makis. You've sent any death threats to anyone lately, or you kind of chilling these days? Look at the Makis, just a card whisperer. Just called the Teferi for me. I'm just gonna plus so I can Wrath instant speed. I could also just thought erasure them in their draw step, I guess. This way they draw Crisis. I mean, obviously this game's like, it's gotta be completely over at this point. Card whispering is the reason Makis lost his sword. Oh, that's true. Dude, you should play more Arena, Makis. Apparently you can cold cards on Arena. No, wasn't it on Magic Online? No, it was on Magic Online. It was when I was playing the Ninja, the 5/4 Ninja, and he said I was just gonna hit 2 lands, and I did. Wait, how did he get my Teferi so low? Is it that low in the first place? Well, I guess I'm just gonna play a second one. I'm probably spewing a bit here. Maybe I should have just bounced Paradise Rule last turn. Alright, I'm gonna do that, and now they're gonna draw this. Yeah, that was a mistake. If I was gonna, oh no, because I wanted Style Erasure to draw stuff. Alright, whatever. Oh yeah, that was the Throne too. The Throne was pretty ridiculous because I've literally been playing Modern for months and no one had cast a Throne. Probably was one of your friends. Probably was you. You on your secret account. Mass Manipulation is kind of scary, I guess. It's not a card anyone really still plays these days. The Instant Speed cast Rav's going to be very nice. Oh no, they might not use the minus. They're probably going to just use the plus ability. That card doesn't do anything if they don't have a creature in play, though. Oh no, it has a -5. I'm going to go back to blue-white in Modern post-ban. I think I'm going to start focusing on Standard for the next few months because Richmond is Standard. I think the format will have rotated, but I'll definitely go play some Modern, and yeah, I'll probably play some blue-white control at some point. It's not easy because I know a lot of my viewer base likes to watch me play Modern, but you know, I think ultimately I have to do like what's best for me competition wise. I also have to be what's maybe best for me long run and the way they're pushing arena, all that, and just hope, that either people stick around because they like me, or, I get new viewers who want to watch arena. But I'll definitely, I definitely like Modern a lot. So I'm sure I'll be, I'll probably, even if I play a lot of Standard, I'll probably still try to play the, at least the Modern challenges on the weekend. Maybe even play, Legacy challenges, stuff like that. Ooh, Elder Spell. Oh, that's GG. I haven't used my Teferi yet. Nice. Petty Sal says, Gav, I'm still around. I'm sure you'll be fine. Thanks, bud. Arena much more easy to watch.